Not only is this card so bad, like, would you believe me if I said I recorded my entire video on this? And then, like, I just realized my mic wasn't on. This card's shit, and then that shit's happening to me. Oh, chincha. Oh, and I'm going to roast this card even more all over again now. Starting off with the fight we're so excited about, man. Marianis Spasic versus Stefan Luciano. Bro, I was losing sleep over cards like this and fights like this to open up the card. Let me keep this simple. This girl making her debut is a nobody bum. They had to put her on the card because she's Serbian. Going against Luciano, who's actually not that bad in the UFC. I think this is an easy fight, in my opinion. I think the Serbian's actually going to go in there and lose. There's certain rules you got to do, guys, before you are pick for a debutant who's like from Serbia. Like it seems smart, but you got to look at who they're fighting. And if the person they're fighting wins most of their UFC fights, it's going to be too dangerous of a fight for the debut. And this is one of those case scenarios. Give me Luciano for a win. It's going to be easy pickings. This is a fight where you could actually back the guy who's from the hometown, because these two people are making their debut, Jovan Leka or Leka and Alexander Poppeck. I feel like the size mogging is going to be size mogging. This guy's Leka's just a bigger dude. He has heavy hands from what I've seen. I think I've seen both of them in Dana White Contender Series, honestly. And I favored Leka. Stupid name, eh? Sorry, brother. Don't hurt me if you see video. But I got Jovan Lek. Oh, I can't do it. I got Jovan. I'm gonna say your first name. Nigga's name is Jovan. Look at his face, bro. You look like a Jovan. I ain't gonna cook you too much. He's gonna get the win for this heavyweight debut in the UFC. This one you guys can pay attention to. Nina Milosevic versus Haley Cowan. As this continues to load and not show anything because they just don't care about this woman's fight at all. Who cares? So Nina Milosevic is making her debut in this one. I will say that she's actually decent making her debut, and Haley Cowan's one of those fighters I feel like just goes into fights and gets her ass absolutely beat, and it's going to be another situation with this one. I think Nina Milosevic's going to get the win over Haley Cowan, who's kind of just bummy in the way she fights, and like it's a 50-50 fighter. So shout out Nina Milosevic for getting a very easy debut as someone who's actually decent at fighting. Okay, this fight's going to be good. This is finally, we're getting to some fights we can actually care about and talk about. Revcki versus Prepoloc. Why I like this fight is because I know they're going to fight. I know Revcki's going to come in very aggressively in this one. I know Prepolic's going to actually come in and fight as well. One thing about Revcki, he just succeeds in those dog fights for the most part. Him and Orbai still live rent-free in my head. And looking back at that, that's a great win. Prepolic's not going to, he's just going to strike with him. The thing is, Revcki, he'll strike with you too, and he'll probably outmatch you in like intensity of his strikes, as well as if it turns into a grappling fight, it's also going to favor Revcki. And Revcki's probably going to be the one who initiates it. So that's why I'm even more comfortable or like more confident in a Revcki win. So I think Revcki gets it done in this one. It's going to be a fun fight and the first notable fight that we all understand both fighters going into it, which is the funnest part or the best part about the card so far. But this is going to be, I will say this card actually has some fun fights. This is definitely one of them. I think Revcki gets it done in a very maybe competitive for like the first couple of minutes, but I think eventually it's going to be a time where Revcki either runs through him or Revcki finds a way to get it done in a very brutal fashion. So I got Revcki for the win. Next up, Denis Buzukja versus Bogdan Grad, who, by the way, I seen a picture of how he looks now, guys. He looks so different. Like, he grew out his hair for this one. He looks like a whole surfer dude, like rock on radical, which is interesting. I don't know why he did that. He had more aura, looking like a fucking shorter, uglier Yuri Prohashka. Featherweight bout. I actually feel like I've seen Denis Buzukja fight at 155 at sometimes, but this is a featherweight bout. It's gonna be a cool fight while it lasts. I just think Bogdan Grad's a little bit more malicious in the way he fights, like a little bit more aggressive, you know. And I think that's gonna be what gets him the win in this one. He's not. When I say aggressive, I don't mean like stupid aggressiveness. I mean like he hits with a little bit more veracity. So I think I could see him finding a way to either finish Denis or beat him majority of the fight, because Bogdan Grad could also grapple if he feels like uncomfortable. But I feel like I like the way he strikes, because he's just very unorthodox in his striking. He's just more well-rounded. He's going to be a harder fight for Denis to deal with. So I got Bogdan Grad getting it done. Next up, this is going to be fight of the night. I'm calling it right now. Borislav versus Nikoloc. Bro just said that... Borislav Nikolic versus Mark Vologdin. That's what I meant to say. We all know Mark's gonna go and he's gonna fight. He has so much. He's never had a boring fight, but it's because he's 5'3". Like every single time he fights, he has to put himself out there. I will say, from a technical standpoint, Mark is a lot better than Borislav. Borislav fights like almost like Alex Pereira. Like his hands are so low. I don't want to say like Alex Pereira, like he's a great kickboxer, but his hands are so low. He throws from the waist, but he throws so hard. He has some decent leg kicks, but he's just there to get tagged up Oh man, I might even switch my pick because I record a whole video where I pick someone else. I might switch it right now. Maybe that was a sign to switch it. In the video I recorded where the audio was corrupt, I did say Borislav's probably gonna get it done just because, bro, he hits with some veracity and like, but he's not that good. Like from a technical standpoint, Mark's so much better. Yeah, Mark's so much better. And he hits hard. I don't know. Borislav had some crazy comebacks where like he would get his ass whooped and come back and like knock the guy out because he just fights with some ruthless aggressiveness. This is definitely gonna be the best fight on the card. Period. Like who cares about name value? This is the best fight of the card. I think this is a sign, Kenny. He picked Borislav initially, but it's a sign to switch to Mark. But Mark winning a fight is just tough because like he's giving up a lot of height and reach here, but he's going against someone who's like not the greatest, bro. Probably, I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to wrestle here. Borislav doesn't even shoot much either. He kind of just, oh, man. See, I want to go switch my pick to Mark, but I'm not going to lie. The way Borislav throws, man, I don't know if Mark Mark can take some shots, though. That's the thing. It's a tough one. It's literally a 50-50 to me. Fuck, I'm gonna stick with Borislav though. Fuck it, I'm just gonna stick with him. I wouldn't even touch this fight if you guys are like trying to put money on it. I'd avoid this one, but I think I'm gonna stick with my initial one, Borislav. He just a little bit longer and hits a bit harder. All right, guys. Before we get into two of these picks, guys, I want to introduce you guys to some good price pick play that I feel like you guys should follow. First of all, we're gonna look at both Obin's fight with Michael Oliveira and Ludovic Klein's fight with Tofik because we're gonna double something together here. I think Obin Elliot's fight's gonna go more than 1.5, and I think Ludovic Klein's fight's gonna go more than 2.5. Essentially, I think both fights are gonna honestly go the distance, guys. And I'm gonna talk first about the Obin Elliot Michael Oliveira situation. We know Michael Oliveira has hands, guys, and most of his finishes has come from knockout. So I feel like the smart thing, people might be like, oh, he's gonna go in there and knock out Obin Elliot. Well, with Obin Elliot, he's never been knocked out in the UFC. We haven't seen him get finished in the UFC. We've seen him get subbed in the UFC, but that was because he went against a very solid grappler. But as far as striking for strike, Obin Elliot, in my opinion, can strike with anyone in the world. So I really see that fight going more than like 1.5 or even 2.5 rounds. I see that fight going maybe the full distance, because I feel like Obin Elliot, every time he's won, he's shown that he could beat people over the course of 3 rounds for the most part in his career. He's also shown some finishing ability, but like I said, Michael Oliveira and him are probably going to have a primary striking match, and I feel like both guys are very intelligent in their striking to a point where nothing's really going to be exploited that bad from either guy to capitalize on. As far as Ludovic Klein and Tofik Musaev, first of all, overwhelming majority of Ludovic Klein's fights have went the distance. So I think Ludovic Klein is probably going to beat up Tofik over the course of a distance fight. But I will say Tofik, even his last win, which is very questionable because he went against Bahamandos, who was cheating, who he cheated to win that fight. He was headbutting him, grabbing the cage. But either way, he was able to scrape off a decision victory. But for both of them, they win a lot from decision in the UFC. So I feel like that's going to just go probably more than 2.5 rounds. So I really have Ludovic Klein and Tofik just duking it out. Make sure you guys are using PrizePicks and you're using code HMA when you are using PrizePicks, because that is the way to go. Play $5, get $150 if your first lineup hits. And if this is going to be your first lineup, I have a really good feeling, guys, that it hits. As far as the fight specifically, though, let's get into Obin Elliot versus Michael Oliveira. This fight's good. It's a fun one. Like I said, Michael Oliveira is going to have hands. He's going to be ready to throw him, let him go. He's going to try to catch Obin Elliot early, but I feel like Obin Elliot's a little bit too aware of strikes that are coming after him. And Obin Elliot starts really strong too. Like, he's very hyper aware. He defends very well in the first round. Matter of fact, from what we've seen of Obin Elliot, you need to kind of grapple him to beat him. Like, you need to use some kind of grappling to kind of overwhelm him and slow him down, because if you're just striking with him, it's going to be a tougher night for you. That being said, Michael Oliveira is probably the best striker Obin Elliot's win against. You know, Cole's a pretty good striker too, but I think Michael Oliveira is faster. He's more athletic. He hits a bit harder. So I feel like I could see Obin Elliot and Michael Oliveira like having a really close first round. Like, both guys have good success kicking and moving and stuff. But later, in rounds 2 and rounds 3, I could see Michael Oliveira maybe coming alive a bit more and landing the more damaging shots. It could be a close decision fight that can go either way. If I had to lean who I'm more comfortable in winning, is like I'll probably lean Oliveira by either late finish or Oliveira by points. So I'm going to go Michael Oliveira, but this is still a competitive, close fight. It should be interesting. I do fuck with Obin. We still follow each other. You're still a strong, handsome guy, but I think I'm going Michael Oliveira from a picking standpoint, but I will be rooting for you, Obin, all right? So if you're watching, I'm rooting, brother. As far as Ludovic Klein's fight with Tofik Like I said, Tofik's gonna fight dirty. He's gonna cheat. He's gonna cheat. Now Ludovic Klein's like one of the best fighters to me. I guess his biggest weakness was that one Gamrot fight where he kind of got out grappled. I'm not gonna lie, but like, since then I feel like his defensive grappling improved. Tofik's probably gonna shoot. Tofik might shoot this fight. I think I can see him shooting when he's overwhelmed. But same with Ludovic Klein, he'll shoot to mix it up when he feels like he's getting a little bit overwhelmed on the feet. But I feel like as far as the overall, like who's more well-rounded and stuff, I feel like it just favors Ludovic Klein. I feel like Ludovic Klein has good fight IQ as well. So yeah, I think I'm backing Ludovic Klein to beat Tofik Musaev in this one. Should be an interesting one, but I think Ludovic Klein gets it done. So I'm going Ludovic Klein for the win. Now we're in the main card, which we're starting off with two people we don't know anything about. I did very minimal research on both. I'm not gonna lie, both guys aren't that crazy. Both guys great finishers, like they have good finishing ability on them. Both guys like the knockout specifically. Both had some submission victories as well. I'm gonna vibes max here because I really don't know much about two of these guys off of what I've seen. Like I can't really decipher too much, but I think Miles Janik is gonna get it done over Noah Gugnon. So I got him winning. It's a 50-50 pick and fight anyways though. This one's one of those ones you can be sure of, guys, because it's a Serbian making their debut, Vlasto Cepo, and they gave him Gilbert Urbina. If you see Gilbert Urbina versus any guy who's making their UFC debut, chances are Gilbert Urbina is gonna get his ass slimed out or get beat up, and that's what they're gonna do. That's what they're doing for this fight, which I think is kind of funny. I think Vlasto Cepo is gonna get it done over Gilbert Urbina. It's gonna be one of those fights where the debutant just kind of gets a treat, and they're rewarded with someone who's not very good. Gilbert just has that look, like he has that like NPC, like yo, get me, like beat me up real quick for your debut win look. And he's 7-5 with a record like that, brother. Just start tossing coins, heads or tails, and going into fights. But I feel like Vlasto Cepo is definitely going to get it done. There's no way he loses to Urbina in his debut as a grown man who's Serbian. So I got Vlasto Cepo, who actually I've seen a little bit about. He's a pretty explosive dude. So I got Vlasto Cepo for the win. This one's a battle of the mid, but it's a battle. It comes down to who's more mid. We got Dusko Todorovic versus Robert Valentin. Now Robert Valentin, he loses some decent opposition, but then again he lost to Torres Finney, who I've never really thought was that good. But of course the wrestling was there. Whereas Dusko has also lost to some decent people. They both kind of lose to decent people. The thing is though, like I feel like Dusko, I think he's the underdog in this one, but I don't really understand why. Like Robert Valentin usually has like a significant height advantage over people and can use his length and reach to his advantage, but him and Dusko are almost like the same height, same size, and I actually think Dusko hits a bit harder with some more ferocity and kicks pretty well. Should be an interesting one, guys, but I feel like Dusko's kicking game and like just overall power in his strikes and how much he lets his hands go in comparison to Robert Valentin should be enough to get it done against him. You know, I know Robert Valentin a little bit looked like neo-Nazi. Like, look at those tattoos, bro. I wonder what some of his tattoos were. Like, I wonder what that diamond tattoo was before it turned into a diamond tattoo. I think Dusko's going to beat Valentin. Valentin's not bad, but they're both, this is like I said, battle of the mids. It's about who's worse or who's less worse. And I think Dusko might be less worse or less bad than Robert Valentin. So I'm going Dusko Todorovic to get it done. The Serbian gets it done in Serbia. This is my lock of the card. It's not an underdog lock because, of course, it's not an underdog, but it's Alexandre Rakic versus Marcin Tybura. Rakic is going up to heavyweight for the first time, which I actually think is going to do him more harm or more good than harm. Of course, you saw Alex Pereira go up there and nearly get killed, but it's because he went against a very athletic, talented and gifted heavyweight in Cyril Gane. You look at talented and gifted and look at Tybura, you don't see that, brother. He's not athletically gifted. He's talented, sure, because he's in the UFC, but he's kind of been blob maxing lately. Tybura has never been like, he gives me more like he's turning into more of a blob the more he fights. There's a point he moves pretty well for his size, but like now he's kind of blob maxing. Rakic, like he's been getting chin lately, and I feel like people are going to be concerned about his chin at heavyweight, but I feel like he must have been getting chin because like the weight cut, because his chin's been getting actively worse to me. So I feel like maybe the weight cut's doing him harm. So maybe him going up to heavyweight's going to actually help his chin out. And I think he's going to lighterman skill. He's going to show Pereira how it's done. He's going to show how to actually lighterman skill from light heavyweight to heavyweight. The leg kicks are going to be too much. Look at Tybura's knees. Look at the way he's starting to sink in. His knees are starting to get bad. He looks like he can't stand on them as good. I think Rakic is going to put it on him. He's going to have some heavy low kicks he's going to land. He's going to have good hands. His hands scare me sometimes. The way he defends strikes are a little bit weird, but I feel like Tybura is going to need to do like a little bit more than Rakic to get a win. I will say Rakic is kind of safe in his striking sometimes, so he's not going to take too much risk. He's just going to probably make Tybura pay from the outside with low kicks. Tybura's smartest game plan, in my opinion, would be to clinch, which is something he has shown he can do. Go in there and try to hug him a little bit because it might tire Rakic, and like if he puts the heavyweight weight on Rakic, it might tire him out. But I will say Rakic looks physically strong. And I wonder how his physique's going to look at heavyweight. I'm pretty sure he's going to like be a lower, maybe a 230 pounder, but still carry some good power and good force. So I think he should get it done. He's just my lock of the card. Not because he's a crazy good fighter, but because stylistically, I think his low kicks could be very problematic for Tybura, and he could be just too much for Tybura. So I'm going Rakic to win by KO or points. Next up, we got the co-main event, I believe. We got Jan Blachowicz, we got Navajo Sterling, we got the white Adesanya, white chocolates. His nickname should be white chocolate. He just gives white chocolate vibes, eh? He's going against Jan Blachowicz, whose last draw, I can't even say win. He's not aging the best because Bogdan Guskov nearly died against Ankalaev. And looked horrible, but he's also scared of Ankalaev. I will say Blachowicz has that like old man spunk. Like he's never going to be fully out of it. Never going to look horrible in a fight. Like he might look slow, but he's never going to fully be out of it, especially in a light heavyweight weight class. He's still a good kickboxer. He's going to go out there. He's going to go shin to shin with Navajo Sterling. Sterling should be ready for that. But I think there's like a 10-year age gap between these two. You know, Navajo Sterling just a younger, more athletic fighter, I feel like he's going to give Blachowicz a lot to be concerned about and a lot to worry about. So I think Navajo Sterling's a smarter pick here, and I'm going to stick with the smart pick, and I'm going to go Navajo Sterling to beat Jan Blachowicz. I just think he's going to be too much. I think his low kicks are going to be too problematic. I think he's going to move a lot. Blachowicz is going to chase here. He's going to have to chase again, but I don't think he's going to do enough because Navajo Sterling has shown me even his grappling's getting better. Maybe he might mix in takedowns or fake takedowns against Blachowicz. You never know. It's going to be a tougher fight than I think people think, though, because I don't think Navajo Sterling's going to walk through him. I won't even be confident enough to put Navajo Sterling on a lot of lays or something, because I honestly think that it's just a dangerous fight for Blachowicz and Sterling. I'm not confident in Sterling. Sterling has shown me he's talented, but nothing Sterling has shown me yet has shown me that, oh, he's so good, he's unbeatable. Like, yeah, he's 10-0. He looks the part. He has that record. He looks at aesthetically like, oh, he's just a badass, but there's nothing that could fully confidently sell me in a fight where I'm like, oh, Navajo Sterling's going to go in there, he's going to run through him, he's going to be a walk in the park. I just can't do it. I think Navajo Sterling gets it done, though, so I'm going to go Navajo Sterling to defeat Jan Blachowicz. Which brings me to the main event of the evening with Uros Medic versus DRod, and it's going to take forever to load. Here they are. Yeah, this fight is it's just like an easy matchup for Uros Medic, and that's how they've purposely made it because they're obviously fighting in Serbia. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why this got booked. DRod fresh out of jail, going straight into Uros Medic on the Serbia main card. He's probably making some money out of jail. You know, I respect it. But I think Uros Medic is gonna just be. He's going to be too much. He just starts quicker and he's more athletic. He hits harder. I feel like DRod is susceptible to being chinnable. He's been showing chinnability lately. I think he is someone you can land on and probably put out. So I think Uros Medic's going to get him, and he's probably going to get him early. He's going to try to definitely get him early. I know that for sure. He's going to probably chase the finish and probably get it. Even if he doesn't get it, DRod like shown me like, yeah, he's tough. He'll keep fighting till the bell rings, but I don't know, to lose to DRod, you need to like be deficient in something like with heart or something, or like power. But I feel like Uros Medic never showed me he has no heart. He showed me he can get caught, but I don't even think DRod hits that hard to someone who could like one punch you. So I think Uros Medic wins this probably by KO. This doesn't go the distance. I don't think this goes 5 rounds, man. It's a main event, but I think everyone knows Medic's going to be coming out hot, throwing his kicks, throwing his combos, and probably one of the first exchanges he's going to probably hurt DRod and might maybe jump on it. Let's hope he doesn't blow out his gas tank, but I do think Uros Medic is the more confident and comfortable pick for this. So I'm going to go Uros Medic to get it done over DRod. Might be a fun scrap, but I think Uros Medic's going to finish him in this one. And those are my picks for the card. If I had to give you guys a little bit safe lay, I'd say go Uros Medic, go Rakic, and then last but not least, go Ludovic Klein. Go Ludovic. That's a 3-legger that I feel like it's the most confident. If you're feeling like more frisky and want to add to that, add the likes of Revcki in there, and then you could even add someone like Navajo Sterling. But the Sterling fight, I'd be too afraid to touch. But that first 3 I said, I'd say that's, if you guys want to like trust me, I'd go with that. But let me know your picks down below. Let me know your thoughts on this great card down below. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.